everyone, it's Nicole with Yoloha's Movement Collective, and today I have a bit of a shorter flow planned. This is perfect for first thing in the morning when you're waking up, or if you're a beginner looking to increase your flexibility and mobility, this one's for you. We are going to get started lying on our backs. I do have 2 blocks for the practice if you have some you want to use, or feel free to improvise as you need. We are just going to come to lie down in a Shavasana shape. So legs go long, palms can turn up to face the ceiling. And just allow yourself to start to come into your body, starting to deepen your breath, starting to really just bring your awareness into every inch of your body. Feel yourself being supported by the earth. And take a really big breath in. Feel your belly rise. Open mouth, empty out. 2 more like that. Big breath in. Empty out. 1 more time. Reach your arms overhead. Take a full body stretch. Star shape. Arms are a little bit wide. Feet a little bit wide. You can circle your wrists, circle your ankles here. Set up a Virasana. So start to bring your right foot over towards your left. And then bring your right arm over towards your left. So you're kind of in this banana shape. Everything's still grounded on the mat. If you want, inhale and cross your right ankle over your left. And maybe grab onto that right wrist with your left hand. So just breathing some space into the right side of our body. Lift the hips, shoulders down. And you can go to the center, find that slower stretch, big stretch, breathing. And we'll take it to the other side. Bring your left arm over towards the right, left ankle over right. And start to come back into your star shape. And take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze and start to take some circles, massaging out your lower back. Good, and then hug your right knee in, send your left leg long. We'll flex our left toes, really reach the leg and the foot away from you, and then hug the right knee in a little bit tighter. Start to move the knee side to side. The next time you come out to the right, hold it there. Bring your left hand to your left hip for a little half happy baby here. Feel free to grab the outside edge of your foot if you prefer. And just breathe some space into the front of that left hip. And maybe you circle out your right ankle a few times. And then we'll start to bring our right knee over to the left for a supine twist. So cross it over and then look over your right shoulder. Feeling that release in your low back. And focus here more on keeping both of your shoulders grounded rather than worrying about getting that right knee close to the ground. Focus on grounding the shoulders, and then gravity will start to pull that right knee down. And start to come back through the center, hug both the knees in. Maybe take some more circles or move in another way that feels good. And we'll pull our left knee in, send your right leg long, flex your right toes, reach the leg away from you as you hug the left knee in, and then start to move side to side with that left knee. Hold it out to the left for your half happy baby. Right hand comes to your right hip. You have the option to circle your ankle around a couple times. And we'll take it into our supine twist. Cross your knee over to the right and then look to your left. And then start to come back through the center, hug both knees in. We're gonna rock and roll a bit here, starting to bring a little bit of energy into the body. So starting small and slow, maybe getting a little bit bigger, rocking into a boat pose, massaging out your back, and also activating the core gently. Nice, take one more. We'll meet in a comfortable seat, crossing our ankles, bringing our hands down to our knees. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Start to circle your shoulders out. So taking big shrugs up towards the ears and then down your back. And then do that in the opposite direction. Nice, and then drop your chin down into your chest and breathe some space into the back of your neck. Take your left ear over to your left shoulder. Chin to chest, take your right ear to your right shoulder. And then bring your chin to your chest, take a full circle to the left, moving slowly and mindfully. And then take a slow circle to the right. And we're going to keep going back and forth here. So we'll go back to the left, but this time get your chest and your shoulders involved. And then when you come back through the center, do that in the opposite direction. So we're kind of working our way down the spine, taking some cat and cow barrel rolls here. You can let this evolve as you start to move a bit more. We're just bringing some fluidity into the spine and also starting to sync our breath with our movement. You can go all the way down to the hips, some big circles at the hips. Nice, and then start to lift up through the center. Sit up nice and tall, reach your arms up overhead. Cactus your arms, open your heart, tilt your chin up, breathe. Arms lift up, inhale. Hinge and bow over the legs, letting your forehead come gently towards the mat. And then we're going to look forward and make your way into a tabletop. So you might just roll right over your ankles, then walk yourself back to your tabletop, where we'll set up a few more rounds of cat and cow from here. So dropping belly on breath in, Rounding back on breath out with your breath. Maybe you find some barrel rolls like we did while we were on our seat. Nice, and then find a neutral spine. Take your right knee out to the right and take a few big circles with your right knee, waking up that hip flexor. And then switch the direction. Nice, and then send your right leg out to the right, planting your foot down on the ground. We're gonna start to bring our seat back towards our heel and then bring your shoulders up over your wrist. Do that a few times, waking up that right hip a bit more. And we're eventually gonna land in our half child's pose, so lowering your seat as much as feels good. And then you can start to bring your head heavy towards the ground. Maybe you bring it down to a block. Nice job. Start to come back forward, shoulders over wrists. Bring your knee back to the ground, cat and cow. Nice, and then find that neutral spine, left knee out to the left, circle it out, big circles, getting out any snaps, crackle, pops. And then send your leg off to the left, plant your foot, lift and lower your seat. And settle into your half child's pose. Letting your forehead get heavy here towards the ground. Nice, and then start to come back up to your tabletop. Let's come into a down dog. So tuck your toes, lift your hips nice and high. Getting into those hamstrings now. We'll take a deep bend in one knee and then the other. And then let's lift our heels high, soften your knees, and just melt your heels down to the ground. And we'll do that a couple times to really start to get into those hamstrings. Nice. Start to look forward here. You can soften your knees. We're going to step our right foot outside of our right hand for a lizard lunge. Drop your back knee down. This is where you'll want a block if you've got one. We're going to bring our forearms down to our block and pause here. You can let your knees start to gently fall out to the right if that feels comfortable. Just allow your hips to sink close towards the ground. Nice job. Start to gently come onto your hands. Hands can come to your block or to the mat. We're going to just sink forward, pull your heart through your shoulders, and then half split. Start to extend your right leg, maybe flexing toes, and then we'll move back and forth here a few times. Nice. You can pause with your legs straight for a moment, just really getting into that hamstring. You can flex your toes. Nice, and then let's come forward. Plant your hands, step your right leg back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. And then step your left foot outside your left hand for your lizard lunge, dropping your back knee down. Bring your hands down or your forearms down to your block and just breathe a few breaths. And gently press up onto your hands here. We'll really lean into it, pull your heart through your shoulders. And then half split on your exhale, bowing inside that left leg. And then start to floss it out back and forth, moving in whatever way feels best for you. Pausing anywhere on the way, maybe stopping in that half split for a moment. Nice, and then come forward. This time, let's step our right foot outside of our right hand for a yogi squat. So you might want one block or two underneath your seat. I'm going to use one. Bring your seat down and bring your hands to prayer. Nice, start to press your elbows into your knees. Pull your heart through your shoulders. And let's plant our left hand down. Reach your right arm up for a twist. And come back through center and take it to the other side. Come back through center. Plant your hands on the ground. We're going to extend the legs and fold. And then lower back down to yogi squat. And let's do that a few times. Waking up those hips a bit more. Nice. Next time you're in your forward fold, meet there, and you can find a rag doll or any kind of fold of your choice. Letting your head be heavy, feeling that traction on your spine. Nice, and then plant your hands to the ground. Lower your seat back down, yogi squat. We're going to put one hand in front of us, one hand behind us. Bring your seat to the ground. We're going to send our right leg long. Hug your left foot in so we have tree legs. Plant your hands on either side of that right leg and do your best to sit up nice and tall and keep your heart proud. Try to stay here as you lift the foot up and lower it down. Just a little movement, but this is really helping to strengthen those hip flexors. So good to do this every day. It helps to open up the hips and also release your low back. Let's just do that a few more times. You got it. Nice, and then lower your foot down. Reach the arms up, hinge and bow over that right leg, letting your forehead come down towards your knee. If you can make that knee-nose connection, go ahead and do it, taking the pressure out of your neck. Nice, and then start to roll yourself up. Plant your left hand behind you. Lift your hips up into a stargazer. Should feel good on those hips. And then lower your seat down. And let's just switch out our legs. Left leg long, right foot in. Plant your hands on either side of that left leg. Sit up nice and tall. Let's just lift and lower the leg. Nice job, you guys. I know this is hard, but it's so good for you. Just do a couple more. Nice job. Okay, lower it down. Reach the arms up. Hinge and bow. Lengthening your low back as you inhale and rounding a little bit deeper as you exhale. So strong. Start to roll yourself up. Plant your right hand behind you. Lift your hips high into your stargazer. And then lower your seat down. And let's just come into our tabletop pose again. So swing your legs around, find your tabletop. Take a couple more rounds of your cat and cow, noticing all that space you've already created in your body. Down dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips high. Nice job, guys. Bend your knees. And then let your heels get heavy towards the ground. Step your right foot outside of your right hand, lizard lunge. We're not going to lower to our forearms this time. We're just going to melt our hips forward, heart through. And then start to extend your front leg into your lizard split. This time, come forward, bend your right knee, reach the right arm forward, back, stroke it back. Follow the thumb with your eyes. Option to bend your back knee and reach for your foot. Don't force anything, especially if it's early on. If you have your foot though, start to melt your hips forward even more. Without snapping, release your foot. Plant your right hand down, lift your back leg up. Step your left foot forward, step your right foot back. Lizard lunge. Drop your back knee down, melt your heart forward, inhale. And then lizard split, exhale. Come forward, bend your knee, reach your left arm forward, back, stroke it back, let your gaze follow. Option to bend your back knee, reach for your foot. Without snapping, release your leg, plant your hand, yogi squat, top of the mat. Maybe you don't use a block this time. Hands to prayer. Nice. Keep your back nice and flat. Drive through your heels, straighten your legs, reach your arms up, breathe in, and then come right back down, yogi squat, breathe out. 2 more times like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more time, lift up. Lower down. Turn your toes forward, forward fold over your legs. Option to scoop up your peace fingers this time, pulling your nose through your knees. Nice, guys. Bring your hands to your shins and then halfway lift your chest. Pull your heart through, lengthen your spine, and then forward fold, soften your knees. We're going to start to roll ourselves up, stack your spine. At the top, reach your arms overhead. Big breath in, look up. Hands to prayer, bow right back down. Breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow over, exhale. Root to rise, grow tall. This time, interlace your hands at the top, release your pointer fingers, send your hips forward, pull your arms back, let your gaze go up. And then bow right back down. Last time, halfway lifts. Forward fold. Root to rise. Maybe growing into a heart opener. And then bring your hands to prayer. Stand up nice and tall. Close your eyes. And maybe you set an intention for your day. Deep breath in. Open mouth, empty out. Really nice, you guys. We're going to end it here. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed this mobility flow, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.